If you're a woman in your 40s or 50s and you're gaining weight despite exercising and eating clean and doing all the things that you know to do, and you're wondering if GLP or hormone replacement therapy could be useful for you, then listen to this video. I'm going to talk about a real-world case of a patient of mine that I helped her understand what is happening to her body in perimenopause and what tools we can use, either GLP or HRT, and what made sense for her. I'm Dr. Jen. If you want to learn more about perimenopause and menopause and you love talking about longevity, then this channel is for you. Please like and subscribe and share this with your friends. So let's talk about my patient, Sarah. So Sarah is a 47-year-old lady who came to see me, and she was very dialed in with her nutrition. She was eating clean, she was eating organic, she was really focusing on getting enough fiber, getting enough protein, paying attention to what she eats on a daily basis to make sure that she's getting the appropriate nutrients. She was also exercising. She had added weightlifting to her regimen. She was really a cardio type person, and she was starting to do weightlifting, and she wanted to know, I've heard a lot about GLPs. Should I start microdosing of GLP or should I start hormone replacement therapy? Because I'm also having problems with sleep, can't stay asleep, being woken up at 4 o'clock in the morning, feeling edgy, irritable, annoyed, kind of having these perimenopause symptoms. So here's what I told her. So first we talked about what happens to your body in perimenopause. And what does it have to do with weight? So when we go through perimenopause, we lose these hormones, estrogen and progesterone. And estrogen is intricately involved in the hormone insulin. And so when you lose estrogen, you lose this bossy hormone that tells insulin what to do. And so women become insulin resistant. And when you become insulin resistant, you tend to gain weight, especially around the midsection. It just kind of like comes on. You also tend to have dysfunction of your cortisol, which also makes you gain weight in this midsection area. And so despite eating well and exercising, this insulin resistance is working against you. And often I will see this in women, and I'll check blood tests. In fact, if you are interested in what I typically check as a longevity type doctor, then you can always check out my video about common labs done in perimenopause. But I always check hemoglobin A1C, fasting glucose, fasting insulin. These are metabolic markers that tell you, do you have insulin resistance or not? And in this particular patient, Sarah, we check those. And she did have a fasting insulin of 14, which is elevated. You don't really want anything above 7. So she already had insulin resistance as part of the reason why she was continuing to gain weight. But she was also experiencing hormone symptoms. She was having perimenopause symptoms like insomnia, feeling moody, agitated, especially right before her period. She felt like she was like a different person, like irritable, everything bothered her. Even her husband breathing was bothering her. She just felt super frustrated and annoyed by a lot of things. She was also having some joint pain and feeling like a little bit more anxiety than she was used to. So she said to me, should I do a GLP for this insulin resistance, or should I start progesterone for hormone replacement therapy? And my answer was, why not both, right? These are two different things. So frequently I'll see patients who want to do hormone replacement therapy because they want to sleep. They want to decrease that anxiety. They want to decrease that irritability. That progesterone is such a calming hormone that helps specifically to do that. But they also want to kickstart the weight loss, because there's nothing more motivated than when you start losing weight and you're like, wow, what I do at the gym and this eating clean is actually leading to success. So I frequently will give women the option of all the weight loss medications, not just GLP, but specifically this patient wanted to do lower dose GLP dosing, which we call microdosing. So I prescribed her microdosing GLP, and she was able to lower her insulin resistance and start to lose weight, but also supporting or optimizing her hormones because she was also losing progesterone. And this was successful for her. She was actually able to lose about 10 pounds in a series of 2 months and then slow that microdosing down to ultimately wean off of the GLP because now she had lowered insulin resistance and also lowered inflammation, which was allowing her to lose weight. And then she was also able to get her hormones optimized from that perspective. So the answer could be both. Now, that's not always the case. I've seen other patients in my clinic who prefer to do one or the other first, and that's completely fine. But if the ultimate driver of the insulin resistance is hormones, and if you don't address those specifically, then you may end up losing weight with a GLP, but it may come back on once you stop it if you haven't actually dealt with the driver of the insulin resistance is. So for this particular patient, Sarah, we started her on microdosing GLP and progesterone at night to help with her perimenopause, and it was a magic cocktail. So if you have questions specifically about can you use GLP in hormone replacement therapy or why someone would want to use that, let me know and I will do videos about that.